This is the CitizenLink Report.
If you find our insights helpful, would you support our video efforts? Your gift of $25 or more goes a long ways. Covers the crew, lights, cameras, all that. Just click on Donate. Thanks from all of us.
Yesterday was primary day in several states. Today we take a look at the results and what they mean for the upcoming midterm elections. This is the CitizenLink Report. Hi, I'm Kim Trobee along with Tom Minnery, the president of CitizenLink. Tom, great to have you here.
Hello, Kim.
We're meeting in your office today.
You are indeed. Change of scenery.
Yes. Well, yesterday we had several states that had primary elections. Tell me a little bit about what happened.
Oh, Kim, we had some exciting results. One of them is in Oklahoma. A very strong candidate emerged from a very crowded primary. His name is James Lankford. He was a member of the House of Representatives, and he will be the successor to one of the wonderful senators, Tom Coburn, who is retiring at the end of this term. James Lankford is a person who is sold out to Jesus Christ. He's an outspoken Christian. He's a graduate of Southwestern Theological Baptist Seminary, so he's a Baptist trained preacher, although he spent most of his career running a very, very large children's Christian camp in Oklahoma. So he knows all about herding cats, solving problems, trying to get people to go in the same direction. He's emerged into leadership in the House of Representatives, and because Oklahoma is so conservative, because Lankford has won the primary, he will undoubtedly win the general election. And here's how strong a candidate Congressman Lankford is for the Senate seat. There were 7 people running in this primary this week, and you had to get 50% or better to avoid a runoff. He got more than 50%, so he bested everyone by a large margin. So he's a very credible candidate, and it's a very good win for those who think that Christ's principles, social conservatism are very important in the Senate.
Like I said, there were a lot of different races yesterday, and one of them that caught your eye was in upstate New York.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, this is in the capital region of Albany, the North Adirondacks to Watertown, the Great Lakes region. Longtime Republican congressional district, but the Democrats have taken it for the last 3 years. The Republicans keep fighting over themselves, between themselves, among themselves, depending on how many Republicans are in a primary. They fight during the primary, and then the Democrat emerges and takes the victory in the general election. Well, there emerged a candidate this time, a very unusual candidate. Her family has a plywood distribution business. They lost their health care because of Obamacare. Now, Elise Stefanik, that's her name, got into public policy, and because of the Obamacare family business problem, she decided to run herself for office, do something about it. Now, she's a Harvard graduate. She's well versed in public policy because she was actually working in the presidential campaign of Mitt Romney and for Paul Ryan. She was the debate preparer for Paul Ryan, the vice presidential candidate. She's 29 years old. If she wins, she will be the youngest woman ever to serve in the House of Representatives. She's taken this primary election by storm. It is likely that the Republicans will take this seat back, and likely that Elise Stefanik, this very interesting young lady, very, very strong on policy, very well educated, will become the new Congresswoman and set a record for the U.S. House for women.
And there was a primary right here in our backyard yesterday, here in Colorado, and it was quite an interesting race.
Oh, yes. Let me just talk about who emerged as the governor candidate. Colorado has been shooting itself in the foot, at least among conservatives, people who are rabidly anti-immigration, people who are sold out to Tea Party issues, people who are more establishment. And the Democrats have done much better than they should, particularly through that wonderful conservative surge in 2010 that passed by the state of Colorado because people are fighting. Well, yesterday, a candidate emerged as the victor in the governor's primary. His name is Bob Beaupre former member of the U.S. House who has the best chance to recapture the governor's seat from a Democrat who's been holding it now, several Democrats, for several terms. And the point is that the party seems to be uniting around someone who says, well, this guy may not represent everything I believe in, but this guy has the best chance of winning. So Bob Beaupre emerged, and that will actually lift the whole ticket. We have a very important U.S. Senate race in Colorado. The candidate is Cory Gardner, who likely will defeat the incumbent Democrat, Mark Udall. However, if the wrong governor candidate won yesterday's primary, then it seemed like the ticket would be dragged down. So anyway, the stars are becoming aligned, if you will, on behalf of candidates who can win.
There are a lot of ins and outs when it comes to primaries and elections. What does all of this mean for the midterms coming up in November?
Well, that's a good question, Kim. I think it means a lot of things, and I'll just camp on one or two of them. I think that people on the right, conservatives, are really grappling with the fact, as are people in the middle and on the left, that things are going badly wrong in this country. The issues of incompetence, the issues of scandal, the issues of policy emanating from the White House must be responded to, must be answered. And people are saying, who best can win in the fall? That's my candidate, even if he doesn't or she doesn't believe everything that I believe in. So I think that is happening. And also I think there's a correlative development here, and that is that the president's base, the liberal Democrats, are starting to lose faith in their leader because of the same reasons. And people are suggesting, no, maybe things are really a lot worse than we've been trying to convince ourselves they're not. And that has the impact of depressing the interest, depressing the turnout in votes. So it seems as though the pendulum is gearing up for a swing back, and that's at least how it looks now.
That's politics.
It is indeed.
All right. Thanks, Tom, for all you do.
You're welcome.
And thank you for contacting us. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to tell us what you think, you can do it easily. Just email us at mail@citizenlink.com. Again, that's mail@citizenlink.com. And remember, please pray for our elected officials. They are doing a tremendous job. It's a lot of pressure, and they need your prayer support. And remember, stand tall and be heard.